Super Epoxy is it's a good two-part epoxy. It's going to run you roughly $5.50 a tube. It's you mix it up. I've got a 13-year-old boy who is kind of inspired why I need to get so many Hurleys fixed. And what I use is I just take a piece of paper or a little piece of cardboard, and then I mix it up there with popsicle sticks, and then I apply it to the brake. But first, I want to talk about some of the ones that I've fixed already. I guess I'll start right here. One of the things that when I was playing quite a bit, I had my favorite stick was always a Burke, and the Burke was a great Hurley for the full forwards. It's really almost a bit of a war club. It's great for ground hurling, and but at the same time you still break hurls. And so I broke this one a couple of times, and if you look at several of the hurls around the house, I've had several breaks, but none of those breaks have been in the same place. Now, sometimes there's compound breaks. Now, let's talk about this one. My son Kennedy just broke this one last week. Did a pretty good number on it. Well, what happened is we've got the two pieces here, but we've got an additional split up the middle here. Okay. Now this one is this one is going to be super complex when it's done, but here's what I've done in the past when this specific Hurley is broken. Actually, if you look real closely, you'll see that there's a line that goes right along here. And by the way, this is a Torpy, and they don't seem to make the same Torpy design in this, but this is the one that he's grown accustomed to and he's really good with. But there was a break that happened that I terminated right here, and you'll notice that there's a little hole that I drilled in right here, and the reason for that was I was really looking to terminate where the crack was going, so it wouldn't continue all the way up to the end of the stick. It's kind of like the same idea behind when you have a windshield, a crack in a windshield. They'll drill a hole to stop the crack. I do the same thing. However, this time what I was hoping to do was just kind of continue it and actually make that split go all the way up. However, even pulling it apart like this, you'll notice that it's still holding, and therefore, if I were to continue to push that, what would happen is it would break right about here instead of actually going up the stick. The more space that you can get to apply the epoxy, the more successful you're going to be in your fixes. So what I would do here, actually this is a multi-part fix. I don't think that you're going to be able to fix something like this in one day. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to spread these pieces apart, and then I'm going to mix my epoxy and then put it inside of the crack here, and it's going to be all the way up. Now I'm going to be very generous with the amount of epoxy that I'm using, but I'm going to try to avoid getting any in this area here. Okay, so I'm going to want it where the parts connect on this plane. I want to make sure that I have lots of epoxy in there. But after I push it together and clamp it, then I don't want very much showing in this area, because that will interfere with a later epoxy job that I'm going to do. Well, what I've found is that there are several different clamps that are available. Probably the one I've liked using the most is going to be this style of a clamp. It's the Irwin Quick Grip. They also have a couple little mini ones here that I just picked up. It's a real quick grip. It's super strong. It tightens up real tight, and it has a quick release on it. So what I'll do here is is go ahead and epoxy that area, and then use the quick grip to pull it together.